Hi, I'm Leena the Yogi, and this is this week's flow. We're going to begin in a comfortable seat. You can also start lying on your back if you're more comfortable there. And close your eyes in your comfortable seat or on your back. Just start to become aware of your breath without trying to change anything. Just notice the natural rhythm of your inhales and your exhales. And begin to scan your body from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Notice if there's anywhere where you're holding tension. Notice if you can let that go. We're going to begin this flow with a breath control technique called the triangle breath. It begins with an inhale to a count of 3. Hold that breath to the count of 3. And then exhale to a count of 3. Let's begin with the inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. One more round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Return to the natural flow of breath. For the rest of this practice, see if you can set an intention to keep the lips sealed and keep drawing the breath in and out through your nose. The slight restriction in the back of the throat. Create a little heat, a little sound. If you aren't already in a comfortable seat, go ahead and find your way there. Let's open up the eyes. And take your hands to your knees. And on an inhale breath, lift your heart and lean your head back. Open up your chest. Exhale, draw the belly in towards your spine and open up through the upper back, tucking your chin. Take a few rounds of breath, cycling through this movement. Inhaling to seated cow pose. Exhale, seated cat. Take one more full round. Inhale, lifting your heart, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, draw your chin towards your chest. Separate the shoulder blades. Return to a neutral spine, sit up tall. And with your next breath in, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, ground your right palm and lift with your left arm up and over your ear. Pause here for a moment, settling in with another exhale breath. And inhale to lift your arms through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Pressing into the left palm. Reaching through your right arm and grounding through your right hip. With your next breath in, lift back to center. And then exhale into a twist. Bring your right hand behind your hips and your left hand to your right knee. Take a full breath here. Look a little further back. With an inhale, bring your arms up, look up. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring your left hand behind you and your right hand to your left knee. Inhale to come back up through center, reach up, look up. And then exhale, fold out over your legs. Soften your gaze, tuck your chin, and take 2 or 3 deep breaths here. Let your inhales fill your chest and your belly so much you feel the stretch in your back. And allow your exhales to heavy your head down. With your next inhale, begin to lift, curling your belly in, sliding your hands back until you're sitting up nice and tall. And plant your heels out in front of you. Touch the backs of your thighs and lean back until you feel the core engage. Pull your belly in. It's holding you and helping you balance here. Once you feel that belly pulling in, lift your heart, pull your shoulders back like you're trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together. And if you're comfortable here, you can float the feet. We'll take 3 deep breaths. If you want to go even further, reach your arms out. 2 more breaths. Deep and slow, take another inhale. And with the exhale, land your feet and plant your palms beside your hips, fingertips towards the front of the mat. And on an inhale, press into the heels of your hands and your feet and lift your hips. You can stay here. You can lift the hips all the way up, level with the knees and shoulders. If it feels comfortable, allow your head to fall back. 1 more deep breath in with your hips as high as you're comfortable with. And with the exhale, bring the hips all the way down. We're going to come right back into that boat pose here. So inhale, lift your chest, and you decide how far you want to go in. This is option 1, lifting the heart, leaning back, heels on the mat. Option 2 is floating your heels up, but holding the thighs, keeping that nice open chest. Option 3 is reach your arms up. Wherever you decide to be in your boat, take 1 more breath in, lift what you can. Exhale, land the feet and the hands, and inhale, lift your hips, reverse table. Take another inhale breath, lifting up, letting the head fall back if that's comfortable. And on your exhale, lower down with control. Nice and gentle. 1 more round. Catch your thighs, lean back, pull the belly in. On an inhale, lift your heart. You decide where you want to go, option 1, 2, or 3. And take 1 more deep breath in your boat pose. Float it up. Exhale to plant your feet and your hands. Inhale, lift as much as you're comfortable with. Reverse table. Exhale, land the hips down. Keep your hands by your hips, fingertips towards the front of the mat. And press into your palms until you feel the backs of the arms engage, the triceps. Nice long spine here. Tuck your chin, hold the belly in, and flex your feet so much maybe the ankles float up off the mat. Dandasana, staff pose. Take 2 or 3 more breaths here. See if you can feel more weight in your hands than in your hips. 1 more exhale, chin to chest, and inhale to soften. Put your weight back into your hips and out of your hands. Soften the knees and elbows. Take an inhale breath, lift your arms high to the sky. And then exhale, fold out over your legs. Take an inhale breath from here to a flat back, lengthen forward. And exhale right back into your fold. You can take a bind on the outsides of the feet, on the big toes. Just allow your hands to drape down by the sides of the legs. And take one more round of breath here. Inhaling into the back. Exhaling to tuck your chin, heavy your head. And with your next inhale, slowly stack the spine. Roll it all the way up to seated. Plant your palms back by your hips. Press some weight into your hands, engaging the triceps. You decide if you want to float the hips up off the mat or not. Take 5 breaths here. Tucking your chin to your chest, pulling your belly in, flexing the feet. Maybe you actually lift the hips. One more round of breath. Finish through the exhale. Squeezing the toes back towards you, pressing into your palms. And slowly lower down. Soften the elbows, the knees, the belly. Take an inhale breath to lift your arms. Exhale, fold back out over your legs. Let your knees bend here. Let your chin tuck to your chest. Just let the upper body be heavy, not looking for any particular shape. Take one more deep breath, inhaling into the back. Exhale, chin to chest. And use your next breath in to stack the spine all the way to the top. Let's cross the ankles and come forward to tabletop. Find a nice steady table with your palms planted equal distance apart under the shoulders. And then your knees under your hips. And put a little weight into the tops of your feet here. From the table, let's take a few cat-cows. Inhale to lower your belly, lift your tailbone and the crown of your head. Then exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, tuck your tailbone under. Take a few rounds at your own pace. Let the inhale fill your belly, fill your chest. And let your exhales empty you all the way to the bottom, curling, pulling the belly in. One more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat pose. And find your way to a neutral spine. From a neutral spine, we're going to take a vinyasa to down dog. You can always skip the vinyasa and just go right to downward dog. If you'd like to take the vinyasa, take your feet to the back of the mat, high plank. With an exhale, shift your shoulders forward, bend at the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, roll to the tops of your feet, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. Then exhale to downward dog. Tuck your toes and lift your hips high to the sky. Take a few rounds of breath here, letting your head hang heavy, wiggling into the hips. And with an inhale breath, peek to the top of the mat. Exhale, walk your feet forward. Take your time to get there. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend, soften your knees, and take a few deep breaths in this first fold. You can find a bind behind your legs, opposite elbows, or just allow the arms to be heavy. Settle in for one more cycle of breath. And with your next inhale, circle your arms up high to the sky. Reach through your fingertips. Exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Inhale to reach back up through center. Then exhale, side bend left. Inhale to return to center, reach up, look up. And exhale, forward fold, heart to thighs. From this fold, soften the knees. And take an inhale, wave your right arm up. Bend your left knee even more. Exhale to bring that right arm down. Then inhale, wave your left arm, bend the right knee. Take another round of twists. Bring the left arm down. Inhale, wave your right arm, bend your left knee. Exhale to switch sides. Inhale, waving the left arm. Return to your forward fold. Take a moment, maybe wiggle into one knee and then the other, pedaling through your heels. With your next inhale breath, lengthen forward, halfway lift. Exhale to your vinyasa. Find your way to down dog, with or without that plank chaturanga, up dog. From downward facing dog, take a few rounds of breath, just settling in. Maybe it feels good to pedal through the heels, to sway the head. And with your next inhale breath, lift your right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Then exhale to step it forward between your hands. Seal your left heel and rise up for warrior B. Here the dressing. The heels should be in a line here. The hips open to the long edge of your mat. Arms in a nice straight line. Shoulders heavy. Check in and make sure your shoulders are stacked over your hips and you're not leaning forward or back. And keep using your breath to look for more space in this pose. Where can you sink in? Where can you soften? Take one more round of breath as low as you can go. And with your next inhale, turn your thumbs up and straighten your right leg. Exhale from here to triangle pose, bringing the right hand to the inside of the right leg and pushing back through your right and your left hand to open up the chest. Keep your palms open, your heart open. Your triangle pose can be up here closer to the knee, or it can be lower towards your ankle. As long as your heart can stay open, the legs are mostly straight. Take one more inhale breath, looking up if you can. Then exhale, peek down at your right foot. Inhale up, arms to a T. Straighten out both your legs and turn all 10 toes out, star pose. Then with an exhale, bend the knees and the elbows for goddess. Tuck the tailbone under here, keeping the hips under the shoulders. Pull your belly in, protect your lower back. Use your inhale breaths here to guide the elbows further back, opening the chest. And your exhales to get lower into your hips. Notice if the right leg feels any different than the left. And let's take 2 more rounds of breath here, as low as we can get. And with your next inhale breath, stretch it back out to a star pose. Turn your toes in and your heels out. Let's take a bind behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Inhale to look up, lowering your shoulders. And exhale to fold forward. Lift your hands away from your back as you lower your head. Take one more round of breath here. Your head sinking low, your hands lifting as high as is comfortable. With your next breath in, start to stack your spine, releasing the bind when you get to the top. From here, let's find triangle pose on the left. Point your right toes forward towards the long edge of your mat, and your left toes out towards the short edge of your mat. With an inhale breath, open up your arms, open up your heart, and exhale to tip to the left, bringing your left hand to the inside seam of that left leg. Take a few deep breaths here, reaching out through the crown of your head, pulling that right hip away from your right shoulder. One more cycle of breath, stacking the shoulders, hips, opening up the heart. Maybe you look up with this last inhale. And exhale to peek down at the left foot. Inhale to warrior two. Lunge into the left knee. Palms face down or up. And take some time to settle into your lowest lunge. Maybe you separate the feet a little more. Put some more weight into that right foot. Don't forget about the breath. Little restriction in the back of the throat. Deep, soundful breath. Take one more exhale here, as low as you can get in your warrior B. And inhale to a star pose. Turn all 10 toes out. Stretch your arms out. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, peek out. And exhale, fold in even more. From your forward fold, take a yoga walk with your hands towards your right foot. Find a runner's lunge on the ball of the left foot, bending the right knee. Then wave your right arm up for dragonfly twist. Take one deep breath here, reaching up through your arms, sinking down through the hips. Then land that right palm inside the right foot, ankle. And walk your hands to the other side of the mat. Dragonfly twist. Find that low runner's lunge. Wave the left arm. One big inhale here, reaching up. And exhale to bring your left palm back down. Walk your hands all the way back to the front of the mat. Then find a child's pose. Bring your knees down, bring your hips back, your arms forward. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths here. Finish through this next exhale. Then inhale right back up to a tabletop. And come to downward dog from here. Maybe you add a vinyasa. Maybe you come right up into your down dog. Find your way there however you'd like to get there. When you arrive in downward facing dog, let's lift the left leg high to the sky. Three-legged dog. Then exhale to step it forward, finding warrior B. This time in warrior B, with your inhales, flip your palms up. Exhales, flip your palms down. Take a few more rounds of breath, cycling through this movement. And think about flipping the whole of your inner arm up with your palm, then flipping it all down with your palm. Inhales for flipping up, exhales, flip it down. Take one more round of breath here. Inhale up, exhale down. Then inhale to turn your thumbs up, your palms forward. And straighten out the left leg and tip into your triangle to the left. From this triangle pose, inhale and scooch up just a little higher along your leg. And exhale, sink lower. 3 more breaths. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale, sink a little. Notice what you're feeling. With the last exhale breath, peek down at that left foot. Then inhale up to a star. Turn the toes out and the heels in. Exhale the goddess squat. From here, let's inhale and stretch the arms out to a T. Now exhale, pull your hands to your heart space. 3 more rounds. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, pull your hands to heart. 1 more round, big opening stretch. Exhale, pull it in. Then inhale, open it up. Turn your toes in, heels out. Clasp your hands together. Inhale, open your heart, lower your shoulders. Exhale, bow forward. 2 deep breaths here with the head low. And with your next breath in, start to lift, pulling the belly in, releasing the bind when you get to the top. And we'll set up triangle pose to the right, turning your right toes out, left toes to the long edge of the mat, both legs straight. Inhale to open your arms, and exhale to tilt forward over that right leg. Find that edgy place, and then use an inhale breath to scoot up just a little. Exhale, sink in just a little. 3 more rounds of breath, using the core here. Finish through this last round, peeking down in the exhale. Then inhale up to warrior B. Bending your right knee, flipping the palms down, and sink into your deepest lunge. And with your next inhale breath, flip your palms up, flip the insides of the arms up. And exhale to turn the palms back down. Keep cycling your hands with your breath, gazing off the right fingertips if that's comfortable for your neck. One more round of breath with the movement. Then inhale to open back up to star pose, stretch everything out. Exhale, dive into a fold. Maybe point your toes in a little bit, widen the space between your feet. And inhale to peek out, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands back between your legs. Let your head hang, maybe sway a little. With your next inhale breath, no rush. Peek out to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands come to your hips. And inhale, stack your spine. Step your feet back together at the top of the mat. And inhale to circle your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Take a few deep breaths here, lifting your hips high. And take an inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step your feet back. Take a vinyasa or just come to down dog, however you like. From downward facing dog, let's lift the right leg high to the sky. Three-legged dog. Take a moment to feel the stretch. And exhale, draw your right knee towards your right wrist. Set the leg down. Slide your left leg back as far as you comfortably can on the mat. Trying to bring this right hip close to the mat. And your right foot can be tucked close to your hip or closer to that left wrist. Make sure you're comfortable. Once you find the position that feels good, we've got a comfortable stretch here. Take an inhale, lift your heart. And with your exhale breath, fold out over the right leg. Settle into your pigeon. If your right leg is not comfortable here, if your knee doesn't feel supported, you can come onto your back and take reclining pigeon, figure four. Wherever you decide to be, take 3 to 5 more deep, slow breaths. In and out through your nose. And begin to change sides. If you're on your back, just switch the foot that's crossed over the opposite knee. If you're in traditional pigeon, you'll walk your hands back, tuck your left toes under, and lift back up into a downward dog. Take a few rounds of breath to pedal into the heels, nod and shake the head. And with an inhale, lift your left leg high to the sky. Pause to feel that stretch. And exhale, draw your left knee forward towards your wrist. And gently set both knees down. Slide the right knee back. Square your hips. Point the toes of that right foot. Inhale, lift your heart and look up. Exhale, soften your chest to your thigh. Keep coming back to that slower, deeper breath. And letting yourself soften a little more into the stillness with each exhale. Take 2 more cycles of breath here, wherever you've chosen to be. On your next inhalation, begin to walk your hands back, finding your way up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet there together. And from a comfortable seat, we're going to find a wide stretch. Find a comfortable distance between your heels so you feel some sensation to any thighs, but not too much. And from your wide stretch, let's take a side bend to the right. You can place your hand outside the right thumb and tuck your right elbow inside the thigh. Then reach with your left arm up and over your head, working to keep the shoulders in line with each other. So you don't want to let that left shoulder creep forward. Keep pulling the left shoulder back to find more sensation through the left side of the back. Settle here for one more exhale. And with your inhale breath, come out through center. Decide where you'd like to rest your left arm, outside the thigh or inside the thigh. Then reach with your right arm up and over your head. Nice deep breath, opening through the side body, sinking into the stretch. And find space for one more full round of breath. Use your next inhale to guide you back up to center. And let's find a fold right through the center. Think about sticking the hips out back behind you. Belly the knees a little bit. Then walking your hands forward, tapping your chin and your chest. Settle in where you begin to feel sensation. And use your breath to dig a little deeper. More breaths. Finishing this round of breath to the bottom. Use your next inhale to lift all the way back up to seat. Let's swing the legs around to meet each other at the front of the mat. Then come all the way down onto your back. Very slowly and gently. A little bit at a time. Once you come to rest, coming down, take an inhale breath, lengthen out through the back, arms up overhead, legs long up and down. On exhale, draw your knees in towards your chest and take a few rounds of breath. Just rock a little side to side. And allow your knees to get some momentum and fall to the right as you open your arms out to a T. And maybe the head feels comfortable turning to the left. Twist just a little more. Keep sinking your shoulders down here. Take 3 more cycles of breath, being aware, noticing each one, arise and fall. And with your next inhale, lift your knees through the center. Let them drop to the left. It's comfortable. Your head can turn to the right. Keep laying your shoulders down. Open up your chest. You get a gentle twist through your low back. Find space for one more full breath in here and another complete exhale out. Guide your knees back to center. And wrap your arms around the knees, guiding your knees out wide, just rocking side to side from here. Or you can walk your hands up the legs and catch your ankles or your feet and rock from there. Taking a few breaths here in happy baby. And when you're ready, release your feet, your knees, whatever bind that you have, and find Shavasana. Take as much time as you need here. And this is where we'll close our practice here today. May this practice help you find peace in your mind, in your words, your actions, in your heart. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice.